otro lugar. Nunca pensé que me llegara a pasar. Yo solo sabía de buenos amores. A mí me enseñaron buenos valores. Vulnerable andaba buscando raíces. Lo que encontré fueron heridas.
Hey friends, happy new year, happy 2025. Where did the time go? I don't even know. It's crazy, it's wild. New year, same me. Nothing has changed. Still the same anxious, no depresso, more espresso type of girly. We're pushing through. I love the new year because it's an opportunity for new growth, for new plans, for new visions, but I'm still the same me, okay? I used to fall into the whole new year, new me thing, but no, I'm still me. Nothing has truly changed, and transformation and growth takes time. It's not gonna happen from the 31st to the 1st. So that's what we're gonna work on today. I'm gonna bring you guys through a little vlog, but also planning for the new year. We're gonna make a vision board. We're gonna set new goals and intentions for the new year. And I'm just gonna bring you guys along. I did some oiling in my hair, as you all saw. I'm gonna leave this in for about an hour. I'm gonna have my cafecito. My boyfriend woke me up this morning and brought me coffee, and he also made us some eggs. Quick update, I guess. So I was doing Pilates, but then my insurance notified me that in the new year, Club Pilates, which is the reformer Pilates gym that I was going to, would no longer be covered. So I did the only sane thing to do in this situation and canceled my gym membership, like completely. No more gym memberships, no more paying $130 a month, because it was only worth it to me because I could take Pilates and bar classes. But if that's not the case, there is no reason to be spending that much money on a gym membership. And maybe I'll even invest in the future in building my home gym, so that way it makes more sense to be an at-home gym girly. But for now, I'm trying to find fun home workouts. So if you have any recommendations for anybody who does Pilates or bar workouts on YouTube, please let me know. I'm not really trying to sign up for any new subscriptions. Maybe in the future, once I get bored from doing like free YouTube workouts. There's a lot to catch you guys up on. We'll talk about it more in the goals and intentions section. But for now, welcome. If you enjoy this vlog and vlogs like this from me, make sure to comment down below to let me know. Like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love for you to join the fam. But with all that said, I need my morning cafecito. I'm gonna have cafecito and then watch some anime. I know, who am I? But it's also the weekend and it's a Sunday and I deserve this. And also this is the reality. I'm not just waking up being productive all day. I don't care if it's the new year, if it's Monday, if it's Sunday. Hazelnut creamer is the GOAT. Yay! 아무 계획 없이 떠나볼래 다 내려놓고 괜찮을 거야 We'll be back 멀리 날아오르자. A habit that I want to create for 2025 is maintaining a regular self-care routine. Today is Sunday and I usually do want to do like a little bit more self-care on Sundays. I love to mix in self-care with productivity. Today, one of the things I need to do is clean up my nails because they're looking crusty. I'm gonna do that while I watch anime. So now that I have my nails nice and clean, got that clean girl aesthetic going, I had my cafecito. I'm feeling the energy. Now we're gonna go downstairs and do a workout, but I gotta change out of my cozy girl outfit and change into my workout outfit. I've been trying to find like YouTubers who make free workouts, bar workouts, Pilates workouts. I still have a lot of back pain for those of you who've been following me for a while because of the car accident that I was in last year. It just messed me up. On YouTube, I've seen Coach Kel, Pop Sugar Fitness, Move with Nicole. They have a few bar workouts. So far, I haven't really done one that I love because most of the time I don't like their music. I like MadFit because she tends to do a lot of like workouts based on artists that I like, and I love Grow with Joe because her music's always really good. Her positive energy is just so good. So yeah, let me know down below. Comment down your favorite at-home YouTube workouts. This bar workout from the Glow Method on YouTube. It's a 25-minute bar burn workout that I can do at home, and I like that her music is really low in the background so I can play my own music with my JBL speaker. So let's get started. Guys, you see how sweaty I am from that one workout. It was only 25 minutes. I burned like almost 200 calories. No, actually 235 calories, which doesn't really matter, but I just like to compare it to what I would burn at my normal bar classes. So I'm gonna need to take a shower right now because I'm very sweaty. But that workout left me feeling really good. My endorphins are higher. My mind feels clear. I feel more energy. So I definitely feel like it's so good to work out even 20 to 30 minutes before you have to do anything mentally productive, because it just helps. It helps so much. I don't know. And I'm documenting this because it just reminds me how I feel after a workout. And hopefully that will be motivation and reminder enough for me to keep it up in 2025. And I honestly am loving getting this done at home because I'm just so close to the shower and I can do whatever I need to do after to be productive. I'm gonna keep this going as long as I can in 2025 without spending any extra money on gym memberships. And also that money could go towards home workout equipment instead, which could last for years. Anyway, I'm gonna go shower because I'm very sweaty. So first, let's take a look at my 2024 goals to see what I actually accomplished and what I didn't accomplish before we set our 2025 goals. I have 3 categories that I always split my goals into: health and wellness, personal and professional, and financial. And my first goal under health and wellness was to heal my body, my back and neck pain, my mental health. I will say that I accomplished part of that. Like, I didn't heal my body in the terms of my results. I got more mobility in my neck and back since my car accident, but I'm still constantly uncomfortable and in pain. I get a lot of flare-ups. So that is still something I need to keep in my 2025 goals. However, I'm still checking it off because I was more consistent with going to therapy. So I was taking care of my mental health and I was still going to physical therapy and doing what I could to heal my body. So in my eyes, that goal was accomplished as much as it could be for the year. Then to move for joy and for health over aesthetics, I also put a side note of wanting to get around 10,000 steps a day on average. I didn't necessarily get 10,000 steps a day on average, but I did move for joy and health over aesthetics. It did take me like 6 months to finally figure out what I really enjoy when it comes to movement. And for me personally, I love Pilates, I love bar classes, I love group fitness classes. I wanted to heal my relationship with food. I don't feel like I'm 100% there in terms of intuitive eating. I'm not gonna check that one off. I did see a therapist consistently, so I'll check that off. And then I did not build a consistent morning and or night routine. And honestly, I don't even know how realistic that is, because what did I even mean by that? Like, well, actually I do know what I meant. I meant like waking up at a consistent schedule, going to sleep at a consistent schedule. And I did not do that, guys. I really struggle with keeping something super consistent, especially seasonally. Personal and professional, I did not get a hypoallergenic puppy. I did not get any puppy because turns out I'm allergic to dogs and cats. So first I should probably see an allergist and try to work on my allergies before I get a puppy. I did plan more intentional time with friends and family in my relationship. I did quite a few getaways this past year. I also spent a lot of time hosting, which was really fun. It was so nice, and a big reason of why I even got a house. The idea was just to make this house a home for people that we love too, and like hosting them. And it was really fun, and I do plan to host more in this new year because I don't know, I just get joy from seeing people together and being able to have them come over. I did not reach 100K on YouTube. I will say I was in a bit of a lull from like midway through the year till the end of the year. I was feeling pretty unmotivated with YouTube. I just kind of fell off, and I started picking it back up towards the end of the year, and I feel like I found joy for it again, and I'm excited for 2025 because I feel like I'm going to be more consistent. I'm going to also be kinder to myself. Like if I'm not on a perfect schedule, that's okay. Just get back into it instead of feeling like this constant anxiety and feeling bad for not posting. I think I really needed this last year to just get accustomed to having a house, and even then I'm still not, like I'm still learning. So that's why I'm trying to give myself grace, because I feel like there's so many things that go into living in a house versus living in an apartment that it takes up a lot of time, a lot of mental load, and a lot of money. So all the things, but it's not to give an excuse. It's more so to kind of explain, I think, why that just wasn't the first and foremost thing on my mind during the year. I also did not reach 50K on Instagram and TikTok. Girl, I don't know. I think I went to the year last year very like, that was a long-winded way of just saying growing on social media last year was just not my biggest priority. That's okay. So anyway, moving on to financial. I wanted to buy a reliable used SUV, and I did. I got a Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Some of you have asked me for an update, and I love it. I bought it back in April. Since I bought it brand new, it has 3 years included of servicing. So I've taken it in 3 times to Toyota, and they always just call me when it's around the time to go get everything checked out. And I'm just gonna keep up with that schedule because I think you have to in order for the warranty to like remain in place or whatever. So yeah, it's been really great. I'm glad that at least with my car, I don't really have to worry about anything because my house is a whole different story, guys. But we'll get into that maybe in another video. I also wanted to create a home gym, which I did and I didn't. I mean, we got like a couple LED lights set up in there. We do have like a very minimal, basic home gym setup. Like we have a yoga mat and a treadmill and some dumbbells. And honestly, that's all you need for most like starting out home gyms. So in a way, I'll say yes, but I do think that this year I actually want to invest a little bit more since I did cancel my gym membership. So it would be nice to add like a wall of mirrors and maybe like get an actual rack for dumbbells. Backyard renovation part 1, I wanted to grade my backyard because it was all just this big slope. And I did do that last year, so I'm able to check that off as well. And then increase my Roth and TSP contribution. I will check that off because I did and I didn't. So I did increase my contribution to my investment accounts at work. I constantly kind of change how much I contribute based on how much money I need that month. So like during Christmas time, I knew I wanted to have a little bit more extra cash on hand for gifts and things like that. So I decreased how much I was investing or how much automatically was getting pulled from my paycheck into my work investment accounts. So I also have a book tracker in here, and I did make a list of books I want to read. And for me, I don't like set this at the beginning of the year with like a list of books. I kind of have it as a running list of books that as friends recommend them, or if I see them on Instagram or something, I add it to this list. I also feel like planning your entire year in one day just doesn't make any sense to me and doesn't seem realistic. And every year that I do this, it just becomes more evident to me that it's just so unrealistic. And I feel like social media, at least for me, is what pressures me to like sit down and do this all in one day. And that's why I'm not doing that. Like, I'm showing you guys in real time how I'm thinking this through. I had 6 books that I wanted to read, at least that I wrote down, because again, I didn't keep up with my monthly reset. And I did read those 6 books this year. I would say for 2025, my goal will be to read 1 book a month. So if I can read 12 books in the year, that would be amazing. And then in my bucket list, I had a whole list of places that I wanted to go. I wanted to go to Smith Rock in Oregon again, and we did. We went there with David's family. It was super fun. I wanted to do a road trip to Seattle, which we did do this summer. We went with a couple of my cousins, and that was a really great time. I wanted a road trip to California. We didn't do that. I also wanted to go to Leavenworth, Washington, Banff, Canada, but my boyfriend needs to update his passport and he still hasn't done that. So we didn't really leave the country this year. And I also want to go to Crater Lake and take my boyfriend there because he's never been and it's so beautiful. So I think some of these I'm just going to roll them over to 2025 because I still want to do these things. I think the book tracker and the bucket list are things that can just be consistently changing. And even your goals, like as long as you're doing a monthly or quarterly reset where you go back to your annual goals and you look at what you need to change or switch up, that's what makes it more realistic. And honestly, that was my bad for falling off last year. So this year for my 2025 goals, I want to do the 3x3 method, which is essentially just setting 3 goals in 3 different categories. I think that'll help me to stay more intentional and more mindful, especially again, like I said, setting so many goals and trying to map out your entire year in one day or 1 week is just, to me, for my life, not very realistic. Even those 9 kind of seems like a lot to me, and I might throughout the year just switch things up. That's kind of the goal of this. I'm essentially setting a template today for the rest of the year to look back on and to change. It's not necessarily set in stone type of thing. These are my official 2025 goals. So in the health and wellness category, I have that I want to heal and strengthen my body so that I can start running again pain-free. That would be the best thing ever because I love running, but I haven't been able to run since the accident. And even before that, I was trying to get back into it and I kept having issues with my knee. So it would just be amazing. My second goal is to stay consistent with doctor appointments, checkups, and therapy. For one, I haven't gotten my eyes checked in like 3 years. And so it's overdue. And I also want to get new glasses, but I don't want to get new glasses till I have an updated prescription. But I want to be able to work my way to running a 5K because that would be such amazing progress for me and for my body. And then eventually I would love to run a 10K, a 15K, but I just don't know how feasible that will be for 2025. So I just want to do baby steps, want to start running, then eventually a 5K and work my way up from that. I want to hit 100,000 on YouTube, guys. We can make this happen. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I have been on YouTube since the end of 2019, so it's basically been like 4 full years. I love YouTube and I want to be consistent on YouTube this year. I try to make my goals and intentions have 2 parts. If I am completing my monthly resets, like that is my goal for the year, then I'll be able to look back at my annual goals throughout the year, maybe every quarter, and adjust them accordingly. So yeah, so I want to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube by posting consistently. I also want to travel outside of the country at least once, guys. I have wanted to leave the country since 2019, and that was the last time I did leave the country. I went to Canada with my boyfriend's family. That was so fun and so amazing, but then we all know what happened in 2020, right? And then since then, I have not left the country, and I've wanted to go to Mexico, to Italy, to Spain, but really want to go to Mexico. I haven't been there since I was a baby, basically, and I want to see like my culture and my heritage, and it would be just so amazing, and it's a dream of mine, and I really want to make that happen this year. For personal and professional is to apply and interview to at least 1 job every single quarter. I honestly am happy with my job, but just with like the uncertainty of everything going on, I work for the federal government. So if you've seen the news, there's just a lot of uncertainty with what's going to happen to federal workers with this new administration. And I'm hoping for the best, but at the same time, this was kind of a wake-up call for me that I need to be applying for jobs and interviewing, not even because I want to leave my job, but just because it's so important to have that skill of updating your resume, changing your resume to fit fit the job posting, and then interviewing is a skill in and of itself. And so if you're not practicing that muscle, you'll lose that muscle. And I do feel like I took a long break because the year before I applied for several jobs, interviewed, and I got job offers, but I still stayed in my job because I liked my job. But this time around, I want to do that again, and then who knows. For financial goals, I want to invest at least $3,000 into my Roth IRA with Fidelity. So I invest quite a bit of money into my investment accounts, like my retirement accounts through my job. But I also have a retirement account through Fidelity that I haven't really invested that much into, just because my take-home pay is a lot lower because I am investing so much into my retirement account at work. But in order to not put all my eggs in one basket, I do want to be able to have my retirement account outside of work. So that is my goal. We'll see how I can make that happen, because my second financial goal is also to double my emergency fund. So realistically, the only way to accomplish these goals is going to be to cut my expenses, which I've already started doing by cutting my gym membership. That was like almost $150 a month. So cutting that, I could start investing that into my Roth IRA. But to double my emergency fund, I will for sure need to be consistent on YouTube. That way I can have that secondary income that I can be saving towards my emergency fund, because the home repairs are coming. Christmas Day, I was welcomed with a gift, not a gift that I wanted. My kitchen window started leaking. Fun stuff. Buy a house, they said. It'll be fun, they said. I knew that maintaining a house would be expensive. I just didn't know how quickly and how consistently it would be expensive. So yeah, after having a family friend who has worked in roofing for over 30 years, they came to check it out, and they said that the roof had already been near the kitchen and it was basically giving out. So they had to repair it. So we already had that done. And then they highly recommended that I just get a whole new roof as soon as possible. Ideally in the summer, because it's better to do it when it's not raining. So they're hoping that I'll get through rainy season. I'm hoping, praying that there will be no big issues and that I can get a new roof this summer, which will be anywhere from, $15,000 to $20,000 most likely. And so that's why I want to double my emergency fund, so that way I'll have enough saved up for the roof and then for emergencies, because who knows what else could break down. I know that my HVAC I'll need to replace in the next 1 to 2 years, and then my water heater as well. Although thankfully the water heater, my cousin said she could help me install it and change it out because she did her own, so that would save me a ton of money. But the HVAC for sure, I would need to hire someone, and that's pretty expensive. So yeah, the life of a homeowner, first time homeowner, learning all these things as I go, and it's a lot, guys. I'll definitely give more like updates with that in my first home diaries series that I have here on YouTube and probably on Instagram, because I think it's so important. This transparency is so important, because seeing things like this can help other people make decisions on whether they're ready to purchase a new home or not, and just like the reality of what goes into it, because I know that I found videos like that super helpful in the process. And even then, you really don't know till you know? So anyway, that's that. My third financial goal is to track my budget monthly, to actually stay consistent with it, to complete my monthly resets, like whether or not I'm filming them, although I do plan to film them for YouTube. But at the same time, like even if I don't have the mental bandwidth or whatever to film them, I still want to push myself to do it consistently, because that data is so important and that habit is so important and life-changing, especially when you have financial goals like paying off debt, saving money, and just building wealth in general. And then for books I want to read, I'm keeping that blank for now, and I'm going to be adding to it monthly as I kind of acquire new books that I want to read. I need to choose one for this month that I want to read though. And I did recently get a couple of recommendations, so I will let you guys know what I end up reading. I'm not going to add that in now. I'm already a naturally high stressed person and highly anxious and a big planner, so if I don't have this ready for the video, that's okay. I'm gonna figure it out and I will update you guys later. For my bucket list, I actually kept the bucket list from last year because I still want to do all these things again. Does anyone else do that? Just like keep things from last year to this year. I want to do Smith Rock again, and this time I want to do it better. Every time I go, I feel like I'm a little bit more fit, sort of. Or yeah, like the first time was definitely the hardest time. I was just unprepared for that hike. It was so hard, it was so hot, and now I know to go really early in the morning or like when the sun goes down, because it was crazy. I learned my lesson. I want to road trip to Banff, or at least go to Banff, like fly or road trip, because it's beautiful and there's so many beautiful places that David and I want to go there. I also want to go to Leavenworth. Hopefully we'll actually go next Christmas season. There's this really beautiful hotel that I saw on TikTok that I really want to go to, but it was sold out this year and we just couldn't do it. So hopefully if I plan ahead of time, we'll be able to make it happen. So for my vision board, I actually pulled off photos that I had already kind of saved to my boards on Pinterest. So I highly recommend, if you want to make a vision board, always I recommend Pinterest. Just make like a 2025 vision board, or just like a vision board folder, and then pin all of your favorite photos to it that you want to add to your vision board. And this year I took a very lax perspective. I have a photo here of Mexico City because I really want to go there at some point. I have a photo of the beach because David and I love getting away to the Oregon coast, but this year I really want to go to some areas of the Oregon coast that we haven't been to. I added a photo of that. I have a photo here of this beautiful little brunch moment in Italy, because I would love to go to Greece. I would love to go to Italy for inspo, for getting out of the country. I also have photos here of nature because your girl's trying to be a nature girly in 2025. I'm also trying to have like low cost hobbies, which like hiking, those have like an initial investment in order to have the proper gear. But then after that, you really don't have to pay for much besides like gas, getting to and from, snacks, water, things like that. But besides that, you get so much enjoyment and fulfillment from seeing new places. And Oregon in the Pacific Northwest has so many places that David and I still want to go and like adventure to. And my words for this year, for this vision board, were really health, happiness, and adventure. That's kind of what I was thinking when putting this together. And I feel like this really encompasses it perfectly. I added some words to it. I actually kept one from last year. To be soft is to be powerful. I'm trying to consistently stay in my soft girl era where I'm like kinder to myself, kind to the world around me, very like forgiving, slow to anger. Basically what the Bible says that we should be is what I want to focus on this year, instead of focusing on, you know, being a boss or hustle culture or any of that. I want to find more of a balance because I already know that I can hustle. I already know that I can be productive and that I can accomplish things, but I also want to enjoy the little things in life and not get so caught up on what I should be doing and where I should be, but instead enjoying where I am now, because tomorrow isn't promised. So that's my vision board for 2025. Hopefully this will help you or give you motivation or inspiration for how to make your vision boards. I always make mine on Canva because I love that I can look back at my 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025 vision board and just keep adding on to it. I love having like that history of my vision boards. It's nice to see kind of how my vision has changed or remained the same, how it evolves throughout the years. So, but with all that said, I think that is all the planning I can do in one day for a whole year. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did and you want to see more planning videos from me, resets from me, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm also having a sale on my website this whole month for my original monthly budget. I am working on releasing a new version of my monthly budget with more automated cells and new graphs and an updated expense tracker and different things like that. So I will put that for sale sometime this month, so keep a lookout. But my original monthly budget is on sale right now as well. If you don't want to wait for the new release, it's still amazing. You can read the reviews for yourself. People really like it. I really like it. Obviously, I'm biased. But also, if you don't want to spend money, like don't feel any pressure from me at all. I'm just offering it for you guys. But there's tons of free budget templates online, so make sure to look those up as well. If you find one that you really like, go for it. I just want you guys to budget and to have control and feel like autonomy and empowered when it comes to your finances. And budgeting is so useful and so important, and I highly recommend. But with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all so much. Happy New Year, and I hope to see you all in the next video.